Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a very exciting video. It's currently Monday, April 4th, or did I say Monday? It's Friday, April 4th, and Steel City Con is here once again, if you didn't know. Steel City Con is a convention in Pittsburgh that comes 3 times a year. It comes in April, August, and December. And I attended the last August one, and I was meant to attend the last December one, but change of plans. But I'm attending this one because an icon is going. I am meeting the Hayden Christensen. Crazy. Those words just left my mouth. If you don't know who Hayden Christensen is, that is very unfortunate because he is Anikan Skywalker from the first 3. Well, he wasn't the little Anakin. So, the first 2 Star Wars, technically, if you're a Star Wars fan, you know that, 4, 5, and 6 were filmed before 1, 2, and 3. So, technically, he was not, in the first movies. But if you watch them in order, he's in the first movies. Hard to explain. But he is Anakin Skywalker. And I'm in love with Anakin Skywalker. I am meeting Hayden Christensen. I'm mind blown. I'm getting a professional photo with him, and then I'm also sitting somewhat VIP in his panel, because he's a panel after his photo. And now I'm going to recurl my hair. I'm going to put tinsel in my hair because I love tinsel, and I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to put tinsel in my hair. I'm going to put red and blue in my hair because obviously, why wouldn't I? Those are good versus evil. Those are lightsaber colors. Obviously there's the green lightsaber, the yellow lightsaber, the purple lightsaber, but red and blue are the 2 you think about. And plus he had blue and then he had red, so yeah. But last night took me 4 hours to do, but I did my nails last night. Can y'all see? Maybe I should hold them this way. They are literally lightsabers. I put lightsabers on my hands, on my fingers. Can y'all see? With a jewel and everything, and then the rest are just sparkly French tips. I don't know if you can see the sparkle, but they're just sparkly French tips. So yeah, these are my nails. Literally obsessed. I can't believe I actually kind of pulled it off. But yeah, so we're gonna recurl my hair. I still have not picked out an outfit, and I leave in an hour, so we gotta start speeding it up because I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I just recurled my hair. I know I look a little crazy, but now I'm gonna touch up my makeup because I gotta look good for Hayden Christensen. So his thing is, I have a picture with him at 7:40, and then his panel is from, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I think 8:45, or 8 to 8:40 or something like that. Apparently, as soon as my photo group's done, he has to rush to get to the panel, and so do I, because even though I paid for seats, a lot of people do, so I'm still gonna have to rush. But I am beyond excited. Also I want to say that I think this has something to do with me. I'm not trying to sound self-centered, and I know I sound a little cuckoo, but basically so in December, when I was supposed to go, Columbus was also having a convention, because I follow a lot of conventions. Columbus was also having a convention, and he was attending at the convention. So I was like, oh my god, imagine if he came here. So then I be DMing Steel City Con, not too much, but whenever I have a good guest idea, I DM them, because you never know, they might see it and do it. And when I saw that he was going to Columbus, and the convention was the same weekend as this Steel City Con in December, I DM'd them, and I said in all caps, please get Hayden Christensen for April. And then after the December one, he was like one of the first guests to be announced. Like, you're telling me I had no influencing on that? I literally texted them and I said, Hayden Christensen in April. And this convention isn't themed. Like, when I went to, I was feeling epic, or why did I say that? When I went to Epic Cons, which is the one that's like mainly Vampire Diaries themed, except when they do, like, I know they're doing like a tour one this year where it's like multiple different different shows, but like the ones in like Covington, Georgia are only Vampire Diaries themed. Like, that's like a Vampire Diaries themed one, so if I said Hayden Christensen to them, they'd be like, no. But like, this one is the most random people ever. Like, there's a girl from Wicked there, there's always Cobra Kai cast people there. And then there's like always some like wrestler type things. I don't know. But then like it's just so random. If you like ever go on CLCCon's thing and see like the guest list, there is no theme whatsoever. So like I had to have some influencing on them to get him. Because like, come on. Well, I'll show you the DM. Like, and here we are, months later, meeting Hayden Christensen. Like, either there's no way they already had him planned on coming. Because, like, again, it's random. Like, if I suggested Ian for a Vampire Diaries con, it's pretty... And he does a lot of conventions, especially with Epicons, pretty much every single one. So, it's like... If he got announced, like, I'd be like, no, I had nothing to do with it because he's a part of that show. But with this random convention that has the most random amount of people, you pick someone that I said, like, I think I have some convincing. But we're not going to the convention first because we're leaving at 5 and I get a photo with him at 7:40. We're going to go to Panera Bread first and get some food. And then we're going to head over to the convention because the convention is kind of far away. My camera is blinking at me that it's going to die. So I'm going to change, put it on the charger for a bit, and then I'll be back to put my like hair tinsel in and all that stuff. Okay, I'm going to put my tinsel in my hair now. I changed. I am wearing my bow pants again. It's just like I love the way these jeans look on me. And I don't care how many times I effort repeat the jeans. I'm going to do it till I hate them. Okay, tinsel is in my hair, red and blue, even though it's giving 4th of July, and low-key, I would love to do this for 4th of July, but I will be somewhere that doesn't celebrate the 4th of July on the 4th of July, so it kind of sucks, but, yeah, tinsel's in my hair, super cute. Guys, I wish I could, like, wear a side part sometimes. Like, sometimes I think I look better like this. Well, not, obviously not with, like, that. But, like, this. Like, I think I look way better. Skedaddle. So, see you in the car at the convention, wherever I see you next. We're at Panera now. I got chicken bacon rancher with extra ranch. Look at all that ranch. And a strawberry smoothie. Now I'm gonna eat, and I'll see y'all later. Okay, we're here now, and I already see so many people being Jedis, which I think is pretty crazy, because, like, he's the only one from Star Wars here. It's not like Natalie Portman's here, or, like, any of the other major Star Wars people. Like, it's just him, except there's this one guy that, I guess, voiced him in, one of the cartoons, but, like, there's only one Star Wars person here, so the fact that there's so many, like, people dressed up as Jedis and Mandalorians and all that stuff is pretty cool. But I'm gonna wear my ears, but I still haven't decided if I'm gonna wear them in the picture or not. I don't think so, but who knows, I might end up wearing them, because, like, I feel like my hair has no volume without something on my head, so I might wear them. I have my little cape, and I brought my lip combo because, as you can see, my lips are already gone. But just another appreciation for the nails and better lighting. I did them like sparkly black friendships for the for like galaxy, and then lightsaber battle. But yeah, I probably will end up wearing them in the picture, just because, like, I have nothing else Star Wars on, and plus, why not? I feel like it gives me some dimension up here, which I need desperately. But yeah, the tinsel all through my hair. It looks like I didn't add a lot, but I have like 3 things on each side. But let's go meet the Hayden Christensen. But we're an hour and a half, well, not anymore. We're like an hour and like 20 minutes early though. So we're gonna go around, look at the vendors, look at all that. I just got some bubble tea, strawberry bubble tea. What is it? Hey. Okay, we are currently in line for Hayden Christensen. But yeah, I'm gonna wear the ears. But this girl over here has like not metal, plastic Darth Vader head, like huge. Like that girl is not breathing over there. But I'm nervous. Okay, he just walked in front of us. They just started. He just walked in front of us, and my God, his smile is the most beautiful man smile I've ever seen. I'm not even like, I'm not even exaggerating with y'all. Like, his smile is the most beautiful man smile ever. I'm currently sweating though. Just got me a ticket.
I played Skywalker versus Anikan. I didn't even get any food.
It's almost that time.
First, I love it. You guys do great work.
Well, thank you so much for coming out and doing this with us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. Thank you all for coming.
Great. So I've got some questions. They've got some questions. Let's just hang out for a bit.
Let's get into it.
All right. Right off the bat, you're globally known, obviously, for Anikan Skywalker in episodes 2 and 3 of Star Wars. How did you prepare for such an iconic and complex character? What preparation went into that?
Right. You know, there are sort of, I guess, 2 sides to the preparation: the character development, and then the physical preparation. You know, learning to swing a lightsaber over again, which loved and thoroughly enjoyed. But just, sort of working with what I knew, starting with Jake Lloyd in episode 1, and trying to sort of make something that would have, I guess, a familial connection, not just obviously to Jake, but to Luke and to Leia, and just figuring out qualities that might remind George Lucas of people that he's already cast in these roles. And that was kind of where I started, but it was like, Jedi training camp, and we'd go for like 4 or 5 hours every day, and he would sort of walk me through the choreography, and you kind of learn it like you would a dance, and so it's where do your feet go, and what are the movements, and then just try to do it over and over and over again, so it kind of becomes muscle memory. And that was, I guess, really some of my favorite stuff was just learning the lightsaber fights.
What did you find the most challenging about portraying the transition from a Jedi to Darth Vader? What was like the hardest part of the transition for you?
I don't know. I mean, it was very clearly mapped out in the scripts, and obviously George Lucas walked me through what he was looking for. But that was the character.
From like blockbusters like Star Wars to smaller, more intimate films like Shattered Glass. How do you decide what projects you take on, and what kind of roles excite you to take?
I just sort of do what appeals to me, I guess. I've never really approached my career with any sort of concept of a career. I would read scripts, and I would either feel drawn to the character, or maybe there was a filmmaker that I really wanted to work with. And so I did sort of films that appealed to me. What was the latter part of the question?
How do you decide?
Just what appeals to me, really, with no real sort of concept of how is this going to affect my career, or what type of career am I trying to build. Just characters that and I think early on too, I just wanted to play roles that would challenge me. And so, you read a script, and you have to sort of see a way in and think that you can maybe believe yourself in that role. But I also wanted to feel like I didn't know how to do it yet, and it would be sort of a challenge trying to figure it out. And so that sort of would inform those decisions too.
So when you reprised your role as Anakin, what was it like reuniting with Ewan McGregor?
Amazing. Yeah, I love Ewan. We became really close when we were doing the prequels, and we shared in something that was really unique, just both getting to play Jedi Knights, and so we developed this really genuine kind of brotherly bond. And then I heard that he was coming back to Star Wars for Obi-Wan, and I was thrilled for him. But I didn't know that I was going to get to be a part of it yet. And then they called me, and of course I was like, I would love to. I'd love to get to play this character again, and to come back and swing a lightsaber with Ewan again was a no-brainer. And we had a blast, and it was kind of like no time had passed when we sort of got back in costume and got back on set, and it was a surreal thing for us. And I'd love to get to do it with him again too, so we'll see. Yeah, I think it's really about Luke. I mean, George Lucas, would tell me that this is kind of the story of Anikin Skywalker, and so it is about him, coming back to the light, or Vader sort of finding Anakin again. But no, from my perspective, the original films are about Luke, and so that's where I sit on that.
Series, but which one is your absolute favorite episode?
Oh, I don't know. I did a serious Clone Wars marathon before I came back for Obi-Wan, just because I was trying to re-immerse myself into all things Star Wars, and there were all these new stories that were told in the animated world, and I was just really taken with the work that Dave Filoni did with George Lucas. but what was my favorite? I really liked the Mortis arc. And I loved, you know, the relationship with Ahsoka and finding out that Anakin had a Padawan of his own was news. You know, and then you know, when they cast Rosario for the live action version, I was thrilled because I knew her from when I was like a teenager. We went to the same theater school together. So I thought there was something sort of kismet about that. And then when I got to come back for Ahsoka, that was thrilling.
What do you think is the best way to get Anakin's story?
Very deep question. You know, I don't know that there is a right or a wrong way of doing it. I think there's merit to both. Obviously, you know, I think George Lucas would like you to start at episode 1 and just sort of enjoy the story in a linear fashion. But then there's things that you kind of miss out if you start with episode 1, like the reveal that Darth Vader's. I'm not going to give anything away here. that Vader is Luke's dad. So I don't know that there is a right or wrong. I think it also depends at what age, you know, you decide to show them. And I'm still trying to figure it out for my daughter too, to be honest. I think I'll start with episode 1 though. I did, yeah. Just because I grew up also as a Star Wars fan, and you know, that's what you do when you swing a lightsaber, you make the sound effect. And it was difficult for me not to. And I remember a couple of times, like after we would shoot a scene, George would come up to me and say, you know, Hayden, that was really great, but I can see your mouth moving. You don't need to make lightsaber sound effects. We do that in post.
Let's grab a few more. We have about 10 minutes left.
Hi.
Hi there.
What's a memorable behind-the-scenes scene from your time on set on Star Wars, or any project you've done?
A behind-the-scenes memory from Star Wars. I mean, I have so many fond memories from making those films, and they're all still like really vivid for me. But you know, just my time spent in Australia, it was like a really great adventure for me. I was a 19-year-old kid. Living out my wildest dreams of like making Star Wars with George Lucas, and traveling to the other side of the world on my own, and just the friendships that I made. You know, I became really close with Nick Gillard because, you know, we were doing a lot of the training before we started filming, and so I just spent a lot of time with him. And we lived right next door to each other on Bondi Beach in Sydney. And I remember we used to have like these really epic water balloon fights because we discovered that our balconies were within throwing distance of each other. And so every time you walk out onto your balcony, you kind of had to like give a look over to make sure, you know, the other person wasn't there. And if you let your guard down, you just get a water balloon like right in the face. But just a lot of sort of fun hijinks like that, and then George's son Jet Lucas would come over on the weekends and we'd play video games together. And then he got in on the water balloon war too. But then he directed it towards there was a restaurant across the street, and so there were these like valet people that were outside all the time. And he decided it was a good idea to bomb a couple of them. But we got away with it. I don't know. I could talk for hours about those memories, but yeah, lots of very fond memories.
So during the Mortis arc, Anakin and Obi-Wan were obviously busy fighting the war. But at the end, whenever the father offered Anakin the chance to stay and control the son and daughter, do you think he would have taken that opportunity if he wasn't in the middle of fighting the war?
Oh, I don't know. That's a question for Dave Filoni, I think. But I don't know. But I just thought it was very creative storytelling, and they were sort of going into realms that you hadn't really seen in Star Wars before, and I thought they did a great job with it. But yeah, I don't know. But Anakin's always been sort of a little power hungry, I guess.
One more time, please.
So it is currently Monday, the Monday after, and I didn't film an outro because we didn't get home till like really late, and then like I passed out, and plus like other things were going on that day that didn't make my day better. So yeah, but I figured I'd talk to you guys about it today because I don't know, why not? So we arrive, and we walked around. I got a Funko Pop of Anakin Skywalker. Here's a little closer look. But yeah, and then I also got bubble tea, which was like so good, so delicious. And then I met him, and I'm gonna try to remember what I said. So we said hi at the same time. I said hi, he said hey. He was like, how are you? I said, I'm doing good. How are you? He said, I'm doing good. And then he said he loved my Mickey ears. I'm so glad I wore them because I wasn't gonna wear them, but I'm so glad I wore them. Some of these people looked phenomenal, by the way, especially the cosplay people. We took the picture. He said it was a pleasure to meet you. I was like, it's a pleasure to meet you. What are you talking about? But and then like I kind of had my little freak out moment afterwards. I was like, ah! And then we went straight to the panel. I had silver seat panel seating, so like I got to sit closer. My mom didn't, but my mom doesn't like Star Wars, so she didn't really care. That's what happened in a nutshell. I mean, I know you probably just saw half of what I just said, but I just wanted to walk you through it. Yeah. See you guys in the next one.